What's up, everybody? My name is Nathan. Today we are covering a super important project. It's a pretty big project, and I think you'll enjoy this video. The topic for today is Kusama. Kusama is a canary project to Polkadot. Now, what's a canary project? Well, watch this video to find out. I'll roll the intro, and I'll be right back. Alright, so Kusama, it's a canary project. It's a canary project to Polkadot. What does that mean? I know you're wondering. The goal of today's video is to answer all of that for you. Alright, so first things first. Polkadot is a big project in the crypto space. It's DOT. People have been talking about it for a while. It's competitor to Ethereum. And the main difference is, let's say if you were to name one between Polkadot and Ethereum, would be fundamentally Polkadot is proof of stake versus Ethereum's proof of work, right? And the difference between those two, proof of stake, things can be done for much less cost versus proof of work requires computers to solve a bunch of algorithms to get things done, right? So that's the biggest difference. Now, even though Polkadot's different, the main things that are different between, let's say, Polkadot and Kusama are these. And those are basically these things right here. Kusama is built as a canary project. Now, what's a canary project? A canary project is basically a project that goes first, where projects can start, can build themselves. They don't have a high barrier to entry. They can iterate quickly, and they don't have as much pressure to start and to build and develop as, let's say, a large project like Polkadot, right? So the goal of Canary project is to have, not too big of a barrier to entry, low requirements, fast iteration, latest technology. There might be more problems, right? There might be more issues because you're iterating quickly, you're going to move fast, you're going to break things. But really, that's the purpose of Kusama, is to be a pre-production environment, to build apps, build decentralized applications, and then once those are done, you launch those onto Polkadot, right? So a canary project, like back in the day when you had, when you would have people mining, right? If you had a coal mine, you would have what was called a canary project, or a canary, right? It's the bird, right? And you knew that when you brought that bird in there and the bird died, it was time for you to get out, because if you didn't get out, you're gonna die too, right? So that's what Kusama is. Kusama is like the canary to Polkadot. You want to build your projects, develop your blockchains on Kusama, and then afterwards you move them over to Polkadot, right? Now, Kusama, it's built using Substrate. So if you're going to build a blockchain on Kusama, you're going to use Substrate. Now, what Substrate, you might ask? Well, if you go on the website, I'm actually going to pull it up right here and show you. You have Kusama right here. And you'll see how it says that Kusama is built on Substrate, right? Built using Substrate, nearly the same exact code base as Polkadot. Now, what does that mean? Well, I'm going to show you exactly what that means. So when you're building things in Web 2.0, like what many people are familiar with, you would have something like, in CSS you have something like, what's it called? In CSS you have something like Bootstrap, right? Basically it's a design framework. Well, Substrate is like a framework for, instead of for CSS and things like that, it's a framework for building projects. It's a framework for, building things, right? So, in this case, right, Substrate comes with everything you need to build your blockchain, right? So basically templates for making things, templates for things that are super common. So let's say you're building a database, or let's say you're building a client side of your application, or let's say you're building, certain things that are super common inside of building blockchains. Substrate is basically your template to get your core functionality going. and then your developers are going to go ahead and do their own development. And if you look here at what users, what people, what teams are using Substrate, you'll see there's a big network of people that are using it, right? You've got projects like DeFi projects that are using Substrate, right? Band protocol is pretty big. Chainlink, that's huge, right? These things are big that are using Substrate and are being built on Kusama and launching on Polkadot, right? So another way to think of Kusama, is to think of Kusama as a business incubator, right? A business incubator is something where a business goes in and they have everything they need to incubate their business, right? They have everything they need to grow everything. They have all the support they need. They have marketing experts. They have all these kind of things. It's basically like a launch pad or a business incubator where you have this place where a business comes to start. In this case, a crypto or a blockchain business comes to start using Kusama, and they have all the support they need, all the documentation with Substrate, a bunch of different templates they can use to get started, and access to a community that is building on Kusama, using Substrate, right? So now all of a sudden you have access to all these other businesses, other entrepreneurs, other people who are building using Kusama, right? So that's the idea around it and what Kusama is. Now let's go ahead and move into some other things, right? So who started Kusama? Right? Who started it? Well, we're going to go ahead and look and see who started it. Gavin Wood. So this guy is basically in the crypto world very similar to like a founder of Google or a founder at Microsoft or Bill Gates or something like that, right? But even now, since we're so early in the game, right? We're so early in the crypto game in general, in this new industry that's just blossoming and being built right now, right? We're very early, so most people are not going to know who this person is. But this guy, he is a computer scientist. He was a co-founder of Ethereum. So this is actually really interesting. He was one of the founding people that built Ethereum, right? And that was back in 2013, 2014, and then later on he went and started and founded Polkadot, right? Kind of as a competitor to Ethereum. In many ways, he saw how Ethereum was run and probably saw the strengths, but also the weaknesses of Ethereum. And he's like, you know what? I can make my own blockchain platform. And that's why he started Polkadot, right? So that's actually very interesting. Now let's go ahead and look and see what Polkadot looks like from a trading perspective and some things like that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump onto CoinMarketCap right now. And show you what we have. So here we go. Kusama, as you can see, it's a $40 billion, not $4 billion, I wish. It's a $3 billion market cap. It's number 40 on CoinMarketCap right now. So in the whole scheme of things, it's a pretty big project. It's not like some small little altcoin that only has, a couple $1 million in market cap, right? It's not like some small little thing that could go up or you could lose all your money. In the scheme of crypto, even though crypto as a space is very volatile, Kusama is a fairly established player, right? It's a canary to Polkadot. Polkadot's huge. Polkadot, if I look here on CoinMarketCap, you'll see that Polkadot is like, let's see, number 9, right? So Polkadot's number 9 on CoinMarketCap. So Polkadot's number 9. We scroll down, and Kusama is right here. Should be right here at 49, right? So it's pretty big, and right now it looks like it's a pretty good entry point. $409. So that's a good place. It looks like it ran all the way up to the 500s, something like that, right over here. And now it looks like it's in a pretty good spot right now. So if you're considering trading it, if you're considering investing in it, I would say this is not a bad. It's a pretty good entry point as we speak right now. All right. So remember, this space is new. It's developing. Things are volatile, but Kusama is a pretty solid project. It's one of those things where when you look at the big projects in the space, right? When you look at the big projects in the space, like Polkadot, like ADA, like these massive projects, right? You want to look and see at the supporting projects of these projects, right? So in the case of Polkadot, you're looking at a $34 billion market cap, right? That's a pretty big market cap, and it needs a lot of inflow. Needs a lot of new money in order to grow super, big. And so for you to have a big return on your investment, but with something like Kusama, it's one of those things where as Polkadot grows, Kusama is probably going to grow as well. And since it's the underlying infrastructure where projects start before they hit Polkadot, before they get launched on Polkadot, this is where everything is starting. Kusama has the opportunity to grow fast and grow at a much larger percentage point than Polkadot. So definitely check it out. Thank you for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one, and take care.